Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Friday, April 23rd already. And today, a little emotional topic. God, I was writing a few notes down and I got a little emotional when I was thinking about this topic and going over this. So I'm going to get through this and I hope it resonates with you. And it's really kind of an important way of thinking when trying to build relationships with people. So, it sounds so easy and so cliche, but always treat people with kindness. You've been taught that when you were a child. There's probably a lot of people that and agents that saw this topic on my Facebook and said, I'm not going to watch that. Because I typed it, I'm like, they're going to say, always treat people with kindness. I know that. I was taught that when I was a kid, and I still believe that too. But I'm going to give you some other things to think about. Some days, or not some days, every day, you should treat people like they are going through like the worst time in their lives, because you don't know what's going on in other people's lives. But when you communicate and reach out to people, when you're prospecting, when you're calling your sphere of influence, you're talking to people, your friends, relatives, people you haven't talked to in a while, a server at a restaurant, the guy or a girl checking you in you're getting your car service or at the doctor's office. If you treat them always like they're going through the worst time in their life, you're going to be right a majority of the time, or a lot of the time. We'll say even over 50% of the time. If you connect or communicate or in front of and talk to whatever the people are in your everyday life, I say more than half of them are going through a very difficult time in their life. And it took me many years of being in business and communicating with people to really get to the point where I say kill them with kindness. Not because I'm not doing it and saying that to be fake, but if anybody's rude or upset or angry with you and you know deep down you did nothing on purpose to hurt them or you're there to help them, then something's got to be going on in their life that that they're making them act like that. There's anger, there's depression, there's something going on that making them not happy and not joyful. So always have to treat people with kindness. Now I'm going to bring this into the business side of things. Imagine this. Let me go back. Imagine this. You're going through a tough time in your life. And for some reason you're not feeling like anybody's reaching out to you. No matter if it's a friend, relative, or anybody, but someone sends you a text or someone calls you, and it's someone that is not closely related to you, but you're going through a tough time, and they were just calling or texting and just saying, hey, I just was checking in on you, seeing how things are going, hope you're doing well, and remember I'm here if you need anything. And someone just sends you a text like that. Or a call. Said, hey, just calling you, leaves you a voicemail, just checking on you. But you caught them at the right time. They caught you at the right time. So no matter who it was, a salesperson, someone you filled out a form at a convention or something, they called you 2 years later to see if you're interested in their product. I'm trying to connect this to your job. But you caught them at the right time of being in a bad place in their life. It could help. It helps. It builds a connection. You're like, thank you for just reaching out to me and being there, and I just happen to be going through a bad time. So imagine that you as a realtor are out there trying to connect and build relationships with people, and you're just sending out and reaching out to people to just check on them and see how they're doing. Because you can't convince them to buy or sell a house. You're just there to be, hey, how you doing? Remember, I'm here for you, especially in the real estate side of things, but hopefully you're doing well. So you could come up with a good text message, a good something to say. And of course, it's got to be from the heart. You want to know how people are doing. The people, and if it's your people in your sphere, if you really, I don't, hopefully no one watching this totally does not care about anybody, but if you care about people and you get emotional, like, wow, I could send a text to someone just to check in on them and say, call me if you ever need anything. And if I catch them at the right time in the worst possible moments of their life, or just not the worst, but in a bad period of time, and I might be the person that just gives them a little light or a little joy in their day. Someone's checked in on me, just checking on me to see how I'm doing. Someone was there, and it was you. That's how you build relationships with people. That's how you connect with them. That's how it's a reason for you to do what you do every day in communicating with people, building relationships with people, and then sometimes and hopefully they will repay you for that years, months, decades of you checking in on them and going, now it's time for me to pay that back to you for being there for me, and I want to buy my next house from you. I'm going to sell my house with you. That's what you're trying to do. You can't convince them to buy or sell a house now and another one next month. Yeah. Obviously, if they're not investors. And one next year. And one, this is a lifetime commitment, is a relationship, and hopefully a few sales over a lifetime. But when you're consistently there, the person that's just checking on them every couple months, minimum once a year, sending them things of, motivational things and things of value, of mailers or flyers or that, but that personal touch of that phone call and that direct text message that they know it's not an automated thing, that they know that someone else is not getting it. If you are even that better, you're in the next level of writing notes or remembering something about each person and even throwing that in the text and calls. That I remember the last time I talked to you, this was happening in your life, good or bad, and building that connection. Like they remember. Have you have that experience with someone that was another business person that was hoping to be you were a client of theirs for whatever thing that they were selling or their job or their business? Have you ever had that connection with someone? And I hope you have. Hopefully there was someone that showed you that, wow, I want to use them someday because it connected with me, and bring that to your business. So does that make sense? So hopefully you watch this, and well, if you did, you're listening to this. And always be, the topic, you need to treat everyone with kindness and treat everybody like they're in one of the worst moments of their life. And most of the time, you're going to be right. So think about that when you're communicating with people every day. I think it might change your tone a little bit. It might change in a better way, and have sympathy for people when they don't treat you or react to you as well as you would like them to. And the best thing that could ever happen, or not ever happen, but I love to see when agents turn that around. When they say, this person was upset at one time when I called them, or that they were in a bad mood because I followed up with them, and then turned them into a great relationship of a lifetime. Have you ever had that? You will have that. You will get there if you talk to enough people, treat them with kindness, really care to see how they're doing over months and years. You will break that rough exterior some of the time, and build a beautiful relationship with a great lifetime client. So I know the agents that anybody watching this have been in real estate for decades and years and have had many sales and many clients and many great relationships. You know that there's some in there that you could think back like, yeah, that was it. That when I broke through, I just caught them at a bad time one time. I didn't take them off my list. I wanted to build a relationship with them, and it ended up being a great relationship. So that's something to think about today. Remember, use me as a resource. If you need help with anything, I'm here for you. Just schedule some time with me. We'll set some time aside, talk for 20, 30 minutes about whatever topic you want. And again, of course, especially real estate, I'm here to share all my experiences over 30 years of being in real estate with anybody that would love to listen or hear my advice. So that's it. Have a great Friday and a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.